The NBA is a roller coaster of craziness that keeps us entertained. But some jaw-dropping moments are so mind-blowing, like winning the lottery. We're talking about the rarest of the rare in the NBA. Many things happen in the NBA, and they are usually so entertaining. However, there have been some times when things happen that are almost impossible, and it's a 1 in a trillion chance. Here are some 1 in a trillion moments in the NBA. Starting with the time Jeff Green dunked the basketball on his own head. Wait, what? Yeah, during a game against the New York Knicks and the Boston Celtics, Green's shot met an unexpected roadblock, his own head. Just to clarify, in the world of basketball, scoring with your own head doesn't earn you any points. You know what else doesn't earn you any points? Passing the ball to a member of the opposing team. Just check out DeMar DeRozan, who passed the ball to the other team's bench. The Toronto Raptors were killing it for 3.5 quarters, but late in the game, things took a turn. DeRozan, stuck in the lane, hurls a pass, not to fellow Raptor, but to Joakim Noah. Oh, did we not mention Noah was chilling on the bench and not in the game? Maybe it was the white shirt making DeRozan think Noah was a Raptor, but let's be real. There's nobody with a bun, long hair, and a beard on the Raptors. Even though the Raptors took an L, this game's legacy has to be DeRozan's pass to the bench. If this has to be a 1 in a million chance of happening, just wait till you find out that Steven Adams sunk a free throw with one hand. Hitting a free throw is cool, but doing it with one hand? Now that's some next level finesse. When Thunder center Steven Adams broke his right hand, he thought he was going to be just fine. To avoid leaving the game permanently, he took his 2 foul shots left-handed and made one. You'd think the broken hand wasn't something serious. However, the next day, he had to undergo surgery on his right hand. Adams isn't the only one landing free throws while injured. James Harden shot one of the rarest free throws ever after breaking his ankle. With little under 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter and Sacramento leading 59-53, Harden drove left against Ben McLemore, resulting in a nasty sprain to his left ankle as he attempted to make his way to the basket. Houston called a timeout to allow Harden to gather himself and stay in the game. He returned to the court and managed to knock down both free throws, standing only on his right foot while holding his left foot in the air. He was basically posing like the Karate Kid. Imagine still showing up and still playing while being in serious pain. Now that's some serious superhero level stuff. As rare as it is, Anthony Davis getting ejected for tying his shoes is definitely something no one would ever see coming. This kind of thing rarely happens simply because it doesn't make any sense. But hey, it did. In a bizarre twist on the court, Anthony Davis found himself ejected not for a jaw-dropping dunk or a game-changing block, but for tying his shoes. Davis is no stranger to falling down on court, so no one really raises an eyebrow when he does. As Davis scrambled to retie his shoes behind the baseline, the referee, lacking patience for this whole saga, slapped him with a technical foul. Already carrying one from earlier in the game, this unusual infraction ejected Davis from the game. Hell, who knew a shoelace shuffle could sideline a superstar? Moving on. No referee could stop Gary Payton when he went out for a jump ball against 7-foot-tall Jonas Valanciunas. And just for context, Gary Payton is 6'2". Sure, he's tall, but next to 7-foot Valanciunas, that's nothing. In a clash between the Golden State Warriors and New Orleans, the ref tossed the ball up for a jump ball, and against all odds, Payton won despite Jonas towering over him. With a 39-inch vertical jump, maybe it's magic, but whatever it is, it's definitely a rare sight. Basketball is usually all about skill, but every now and then, luck decides to join the game. Just ask Spencer Dinwiddie, who scored a goal by accident. So there's a loose ball on the court, and in an attempt to make a quick and strategic play, Dinwiddie decides to tip the ball to his teammate. His grand plan went a little haywire, and the ball didn't just find his teammate, it landed straight in the basket. Imagine scoring points without even trying. Up next is something that happens so rarely in the NBA, it's embarrassing. Just check out Najee Marshall's terrible pass. In a matchup between the Pelicans and the Wizards, the Pelicans came out on top with a victory of 132-112. Solid win, sure, But it almost didn't happen. When the game kicked off, the Wizards were going on a 10-0 spree. As if that wasn't bad enough, in the heat of it all, Marshall threw a pass so off the mark that it turned into a gift for the Wizards, giving them a sweet 7-point lead. The Pelicans later won, but it was definitely not because of Najee Marshall's terrible pass. See for yourself. Since we're speaking of rare moments in the NBA, it'd be hard not to mention Vince Carter. This guy had some incredible plays that made you wonder how he did that. Just check out how he threw the ball up from full court and scored. Known as half man, half amazing, he had a storied career in the NBA spanning over 2 decades. Just imagine, he once casually chucked the ball up from the opposite foul line and nailed it as the third quarter buzzer sounded in Memphis. Now that's some next level entertainment. Speaking of nearly impossible shots, just take a look at Corey Brewer's lucky backboard shot. After getting fouled by the defender, Corey Brewer decided to spice things up. He threw the ball up from behind the backboard and it bounced on the deck 3 times before falling into the net. Guess what? It wasn't a magic trick. It counted as a legitimate shot. Now, that's not something you see every day. Corey Brewer might have been lucky in landing that backboard shot, but Danny Green was definitely not. And his shot was even facing the net. Mind you, this dude threw the ball not from the backboard, and it bounced around the rim and landed on top of the basket. It's nearly impossible to ever see such a display of balance from a basketball again. This ball may have been solid as a rock, but the ball was lighter than a kite when Austin Reeves threw a last-second shot and scored. In Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals against the Warriors, Klay Thompson shot an air ball, which Dante DiVincenzo quickly rebounded. Reading the play, Anthony Davis blocked DiVincenzo, put back, sent the ball to Reeves, who ran up the sideline and threw it up for a shot about 54 feet out, just beyond half court. The ball sailed through the air and hit nothing but net, just as the clock expired, giving the Los Angeles Lakers a 10-point lead. JaVale McGee had one of the rarest blocks when he went up and stopped the ball with one hand. Yup, this dude stopped a fully powered dunk with one hand. It was probably the highlight of the match between the Washington Wizards and Portland Trail Blazers when JaVale McGee blocked a dunk by Portland's Wesley Matthews. Well, he didn't block it as much, he smothered it completely, ripping the ball right out of Matthews' hands. And for the last moment, we have Tony Allen getting the ball stuck on the rim after going up for a layup. Memphis Grizzlies defensive special Tony Allen is, of course, known for keeping opponents on lockdown. Putting the ball in the hole, not so much. After winning the jump ball, Tony found himself face to face with a wide open layup. Sounds simple, right? Not for Tony. The ball decided it wanted to take a detour and got stuck on the rim. The ball went up, but it didn't come down. Sure, he might not have made that winning shot, but he sure had the element of surprise. Which of these moments do you think is very rare? Are there any moments that you can think of that we missed? Let us know in the comment section below and enjoy our other videos.